So all right, so today we will see how to install IntelliJ and use it for building a Java project. So first of all, what you
Okay.
have to do is you have to go to uh, your browser and Google IntelliJ Community Edition download. Okay, once you search, the top link will be download IntelliJ. It's jetbrain.com. So JetBrain is a company which has built IntelliJ, and then you will have two options: Ultimate and Community. So and then you have to choose your OS as well, right? So I am using Windows, so I am going to choose Windows, and then Ultimate and Community. Two options are coming for me. So Ultimate is basically showing free trial, right? So that means like after free trial, I have to pay something. Whereas Community is open source. So this is like free for life, right? So I want to use open source one. So I'm just downloading community version. If you want to buy the ultimate version, you can download and use ultimate version. Okay. So I'm going to demo for community version. Right. So once you download, it is showing like thank you for downloading, and then you have to choose the folder where you want to download. It takes a minute or two, like on my machine. So on your machine, it might take more, like based upon your internet speed. Okay, so it's got downloaded. Now I'm going to install it. Just click it and it will start installing. Okay, so it's asking whether you want to allow this application to change your device. So just press yes. The current version is already installed because I already have IntelliJ installed on my machine. So that's why it is showing. For you, it will be just like it will show you some folder where to install. So just click next, 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 and your IntelliJ will be installed. So if you face any further issue, like you can reach out to me. All right. So now I'm going to open IntelliJ and show how to create a new project using Maven and then use it. Okay. So I will click no on this because I already have IntelliJ. For you, it will be yes, and you can basically install it. All right. So next, I will open IntelliJ. So go to type IntelliJ, and here it is. So on the first screen is showing create new project, import project, and open project, right? So if you want to create a new project, you can click new project. Or if in GitHub we have already placed a Maven project, if you just want to open the Maven project which is in our GitHub, just click on open and then you can open the existing project. Okay. So I'm going to create a new project. So create new project. Okay, so here I'm getting a lot of options. So what I have to select is Maven. Okay, and then here I have to select which SDK. So I have installed Java version 12. So if you have installed multiple version of Java, it will display you all the version. Okay, so I'm going to choose 12. All right, and then click next, and then group ID, artifact ID. So group ID, let's say I give my server artifact ID. I am giving test app. Okay, and next, and then it is showing me a folder. So if you want to change the folder, you can just choose and change. Okay, so let me change it. Slash projects slash Java, yeah, slash, okay, and then here maybe I will get test app. Okay, so that like we know this project is built for Maven. All right, next is finish. Saying folder isn't empty, would you like to overwrite it? Okay, so project location actually I have to give, I will click no. So test tab Maven, and then within JavaScript I will create another folder. So this folder I will create the project. So now it is showing that this folder doesn't exist and it will be created by IntelliJ IDEA. I will click on OK. All right, the new folder is created. We can go and check as well. New projects, and then Java React, and then we give test app Maven. All right. So this is our uh, new project created. So the structure is created. Form file is there. SRC is there. Main is there. Java, and then we have test folder as well to create our test scripts. Okay. All right. So it is showing some tip. If you want to go, you can go over it. Like click on next step, and it will show you all the tips which you can use for building projects on IntelliJ using Maven. Okay, I am going to close it now. All right. Yeah. So now the project structure is ready. You can see on the left side and the right side it is showing something, right? So right side is showing Maven, and then project, lifestyle, plugins, right? So we'll talk about it later. So for now, like let's build just a simple application and test it. Okay. So if you go to Java, right? So there is nothing right now, right? So Java is basically a module created, and now here we have to write all our new classes. Okay, and then we have a test project. So here we can write all the test application. Okay, so let's create a simple application and which just sum two numbers, for example, and then we will write a unit test as well for the same. Okay, so Java. So just go to this folder, root, then src, main, and Java, and just select it, and then right click on it. And once you right click, there will be an option new Java class. Okay, so once you click on Java class, you can select multiple options, right? So it is showing in class, interface, enum, annotation, and Java FX application. Okay. So for now, I am going to choose class. Okay. So we'll talk about the interface and enum later in our course, and you can use it later. But for now, for this particular sample application, I'm going to choose class. Okay. So class is like, let's say, like I want to sum two numbers, right? So let's keep the name of the file class as sum. Okay, and just select class. So just double click on the class, and then it will pop up a new window. So if I double click on class, it created a new class. Okay, and then it is asking like whether you want to add the following file to get. Okay, so for now, like let me leave it as is, and then I will take another video and show how to use get, and how to like kind of upload your file to get or download the file from get. Get is basically a source repository. Okay, so for now I am just canceling it. Okay, so new class is created, and now here we can write our methods, like whatever we want to write. Okay, so basically let's say like we want to write public and int, then add int a comma int b. All right, so now we have written a method, and now we are going to just return the sum of it. So return a plus b. So this is a simple class which we created, and this class will just return a sum of two number. Okay, and there is only one method called add. Okay, so now we are going to use it in our main, right? So for main we will create another class, new class, let's say called it an entry main, entry. Okay, and that class, and it is again asking me to add, so I will cancel it. All right, so entry main. So here we need the entry point. Okay, so play static void main, and then uh, all right, and here we can write, we can use that some class and see whether it's working or not. Okay, sum is equal to new sum. All right, so I'm creating an object of our class which we just created, which has a method add. Okay, so now I can use the add method. So sum dot add 10 comma 15, for example. Okay, and then we'll get a result. So we'll get a result and we'll keep it in C, for example, or name it as result. All right, and then we can display it. Okay, so system dot out dot println result. All right, so now this is ready, right? So if we just run it, it should display what? It should display the sum of 10 and 15, which is 25. Okay, let's try to run and see whether it's working or not. So just click here, or you can go to run and click on run, right? So there are multiple options, Alt Shift F10, click here, or here also it is showing run. Okay, so I'm just using the shortcut here. Okay, I'm getting some error, release version 5 not supported, build completed with one error. Okay, let me check what is the problem. I think the issue is like the Java version is not compatible. The one which Maven has created is not the one which I have installed. So remember, like when I showed, it was Java version 12 SDK, right? So let me go and modify the Java version for this project. So where we'll go? We'll go to test app. Okay, and here you can see Java version 4. So here we will update to 12. Okay, and now let's try to run again. Release version 5 not supported. Okay, I guess some other problem is there. Release version model version 4. Okay, so basically the problem was that in our form file and test.maven.iml, the version was mentioned as 12, whereas if we go like in default project settings, so right click on the main root and go to open module settings, and then if you choose here, like it should be matching as in .iml file. Okay, so it should be same version, and then also in a project you have to select the same version as here, right? So once the version is matching everywhere, then if you run, Okay, so run this one, right? So I now I'm running the program, and the program result should be 25, and here it is. Okay, so this is how like we create our first Maven project, so dummy one, and then we can create our test classes as well. All right, so now like our class is working fine. Okay, so now we want to write a JUnit test class, right? So how to do it? Okay, so you have to go to this test Java folder,
Mm.
and on Java folder, right click
Okay.
and new, or what, there is another option actually. So whichever class you want to test, just go to that class. Okay, so let's say like you want to test
Mm.
some class, right? So right click and
Okay.
then click on generate. Okay, and once you click on generate, it will show you like constructor, toString, override method, and test. So choose test, right? So just right click
Mm.
and then choose generate, and then select test. So just click on test, then it will ask you like what you want to do, right? So it is showing you which library, which JUnit library you want to use, or some other library you want to use, right? So it will show you all the testing library which are available. So just select the latest version of JUnit, which is JUnit 5 right now. Okay, and then we have to choose the name, right? So we are going to test some class, right? So what class name we want to give, you can give, like some people will give test and then some. Okay, someone will give like a test underscore some, or some will give some underscore test, right? So it's all your nomenclature, like which you want to follow. So let me just select test underscore some. Okay, so we are going to test some class. Okay, and then there is some options, right? Setup and tear down. Setup and tear down is used so whenever there is a test case you want to run. So setup will do some kind of common things, right, which you want to do, right? So you can include it. So it will create a template for you which you can use for writing. So let's create and see how it shows. And then it's showing generate test method for. Okay, so right now we have only add method, right? So instead of, so if suppose there were like n number of methods, so it will show n number of methods here as well. So add, subtract, multiply. If had we had like method name as subtract and all, so it will all show you all the members here. So just select whichever member you want to test. So for now I have only add, so I will select add. Okay, and then click on OK. All right, so this test class is already created for us. Okay, we don't have to type everything. Okay, so it is showing setup, tear down, and add, right? So it is showing or JUnit Jupyter API test, right? That means like there is some error actually. So in JUnit it's showing that add JUnit 4 to class path. Okay, let's just click on it. Okay, okay, still it is showing error. I guess it is still showing error, right? Okay, it is showing on Jupyter now. Let's see what it is showing. JUnit 5.2 class path. Okay, so here it is. So just click on this one wherever it is showing as red. Okay, and then it will
Mm.
automatically show you what to do. Okay, it is showing that add JUnit 5.4 to class path. So just click on it. Okay, and yeah, now all red signs are gone. You can see that there is nothing red as such. Okay, so if you build, it should build. There shouldn't be any error. So before making any change, make sure like it's building whatever is auto generated, it is working fine. All right, so build completed successfully in 8 seconds. It is shown. Okay, so then that means like there is no error. Now we can do the coding. So here it is add. So I'm going to just rename it to test add. All right, so just we know like we are just testing add. Okay, and this setup and tear down. Let's say for example how it is used. Okay, so for example we have a class named sum, and that's some object we need, right? Before we can basically test this add method, right? So what we can do is we can put a local variable here, sum is equal to just sum, okay, and then we can initialize it here, right? So sorry, we have to do it instead of that. So it is showing that before each means before each test case run, we want to do something, right? So what we want to do, we want to create an object of sum, right? So underscore sum is equal to new sum, right? And then we will use it for our testing, okay? And then test add is there, right? So test add, what it has to do, the instance of sum object is already there. We have to just use it, okay? So underscore sum dot add, okay? And then we give it 10 comma 15, for example, okay? And then we get a result. So int result is equal to this, okay? And now we have to test whether the result is correct or not. So in test, what we do is we create an instance of some object, and then we run some method, and we get an output, we get a result, and we check whether the result is as per our expectation or not. Means if we are giving 10 and 15, this method should return 25, right? So how we verify is we use assert, okay? So assert dot assert equals, okay, and then we will type. So it takes two parameters, one is expected and another one is actual, right? So expected is how much? 25, so it should return 25, and the result, how much, what exactly it returned is in result, right? So we'll give these two parameters, and it again, like for assert, it is showing some error, right? So let's import class assert, right? So now it is gone. So whenever you face any error, like just click on that, and then it will automatically show you some option. So it's a very good feature of IntelliJ, like where it shows you how to fix the error. Okay. So now, like our test class is ready, right? We can run it and see. Okay. So we have to run our test thing, right? So what, see here, there is a run button given, right? So whichever method you want to run, you can run it from here. Or there is another option, you can go to whichever class it is, okay, or you can go here or here and just right click and then click on run test sum, right? Or you can go here and right click and run, okay, sorry, here, right click and run all test. So run all test, like let's say like you have multiple test case files, right? So it will run all the test case files. But for now we have only one, so we can just right click and run test sum. All right. So we can see here, right? It's check check check. That means test has passed. It shows here, right? Test passed one. Right. That's how we basically check. Let's say like we want to do another test, right? So this we did for 10 and 15. Now we want to do for something else. Let's say they just copy this one, okay? And then now we want to do for 16 and 15 one. Okay. So the result should be how much? It should be 67, right? All right. So basically, what we have to do is we have to rename. So add, we can put here 60 and 51, right? So this is another test. So now if we go and just do the same thing, right click, run all test cases, and it should basically, I can save. So let's save one. You can see here now two test cases are there because we wrote two different methods, right? And each one is passed. Now let's say like we get expected result as 69, right? But this is wrong. The expected result is something which I typed wrong. And let's say now run, okay? Then it will fail because I typed the wrong expectation, right? So it is failing, you can see, right? Or for example, let's fix this, right? Let's say now I went to my sum method again and somehow I missed and put -1, right? So you say in future someone went to add method and they uh, created an error. They introduced a bug by putting -1, right? And then our test case is already there, right? So we are confident that our test case is already there. So if anyone make any changes in our add method and if it is not correct as per our test cases, then it will throw error. Okay, so now like the implementation is wrong, so we can go to test sum and right click, test run. Okay, see both failed, right? So this is how we work, right? So if we write unit test, we are more confident in future if anyone change anything, right? Because of that, our like unit test will pick it up and it will show as an error, right? So we know that this test case is correct, but somehow someone has changed the implementation, that's why it is throwing error. So we have to go back to implementation and fix it. So now we go here back and then we fix the implementation and then try to run the test case again. All right. So this is just a simple example of addition, but in our program, like when you build some big projects, you will have lot of test scenarios, right? So even a small change can create problem in production, right? So that's why you should always write the unit test. All right. So now we have seen here how to install Maven, how to install IntelliJ, and how to build a project, a Java project using Maven template. And we have also checked how to use JUnit in our Maven project. I think that's it from this video. Thank you for joining.